Welcome to the right without Gentille.
Where is she?
Where is she? She's missing. She's
Where
missing.
did she go?
I think she's doing some real estate since she is a realtor and she likes to get business for real estate. Yes, Gentille is away. She's not here today. Marcus, and Felicia, a.k.a. Fee. Welcome, my beautiful co-host.
And David Kohlmeyer with his new croaky voice.
My voice, maybe I'm a little cold?
Yeah,
you sound like
you sound a little blocked up.
A little
Yeah.
blocked up. I'm going to unblock myself later.
Yeah.
By the way, so I was going to say is that, how come you're not wearing pink since Felicia's wearing pink today?
We need to coordinate.
I didn't know that it was a pink day. Otherwise, I would have definitely busted out one of my pink shirts.
Should we all wear one color when it's a little weird?
Yeah.
That'd be a
A little weird.
But could you wear her outfit? Do you think you could fit into her outfit?
I don't have the legs for it. I got chicken legs, so it wouldn't look as good. Yeah.
Does she have chicken legs too or no?
No.
Definitely not.
No, definitely not. Quadzilla.
She's got those Iowa legs.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I work really hard in the gym legs.
Yeah.
I can tell. You know, she's posting so much, like every 5 seconds, Felicia's basically popping up now. She's at the gym. She's got a drink.
You
She's
have
got some
to,
different
though.
sayings.
You have
Felicia's
to.
all over.
They reckon that you got to post like 5 to 6 times a day on each platform.
She's got to be at least 10.
I do at least 20 on 18 to 20 on TikTok daily.
Wow.
Because I do those TikTok videos, the shop videos, and then I do my regular videos, and then on top of that, actually, so I probably different posts between all platforms. I probably do around 30 videos a day with all the podcast ones that I put out there for my podcast too.
And then
I haven't even started ours.
Yeah, and people think, oh, what do you just sit around posting all day? You guys don't realize how much work goes into cutting clips, posting clips, going from each different platform, changing the lighting and cutting them down, editing. It is a lot of work.
It's a lot. It's a lot more than just hitting record and post.
Yeah, that's the easy part.
Yeah.
The hard part comes afterwards.
The editing is insane how long it takes.
You know, I was thinking when all these videos pop up, I was just thinking about your husband. Like, what does he think that you're doing all day long? Like, is he like very supportive?
Oh yeah, he knows what I'm doing.
You're doing so many videos. Like, I just my wife thinks I'm nuts.
Because the thing is, I work in between all of this too. Like, I have a 40-hour-a-week job. I cut the clips for this too, so that takes time. I've got my own podcast that I have to record, I have to edit, I have to cut, I have to, schedule out, I have to schedule people in general. So, I mean, I'm constantly going, and I'm picking up more work.
I feel like when I tell my wife, like, I'm hiding the podcast, like, she was on the phone with me earlier, and I was afraid, like, I think she doesn't think I work, and I'm, like, constantly working. I'm, like, my eyes just had, like, 100 text messages, 50 phone calls, like, constantly, But if I tell I'm doing a podcast, I think she thinks I'm doing it for fun, but she gets, the gist of it. I mean, I do enjoy doing it. I actually really do enjoy both of you guys. I didn't get a chance to really tell you. Gentille, we've been doing it for a while, but I think it's a good mix-up with us and talking about the right and politics and aliens and different things, which is good.
Yeah.
I actually feel that me interviewing people, which you've been interviewing people on your podcast, I feel like I've done it for a long time. Like, it's kind of interesting just to have,
Conversational podcast, yeah.
Conversation,
I think it's more fun when it's like conversation.
Yeah, and I've never really done this before either. I've only ever just done guests. I've never really just done like a conversational podcast.
And I always think of I always call John Orlando our mentor. You know, basically teaching. And I feel like in my mind in the beginning he was always like, don't have notes, be improv, just speak, And in the beginning, like I said, I mentioned before, I used to be up till 2, 3 in the morning. I would have information about you to interview you, and then I would have questions. I'd be like very structured,
Yeah.
And I always laugh. John's like, "What are you doing? You just talk."
Yeah. And look how much better that you've got at it, right? And it's only because when you do it more and more and more, you get more confident in front of the mic. You get more confident with your vocabulary and conversational skills, and then it just becomes easier now, right?
I don't even prep for my interviews with people. Like, I like the conversation to be very authentic. So if I look too much into somebody, like, and what they do and everything, now I already, know too much, so people don't get the context behind the conversation.
Yeah.
And then 2, it's just not authentic because now I'm coming prepared with questions. Instead, I can do a free conversation and it seems more authentic.
If I'm doing like someone from the UFC, like there's certain things that I have to know, like when they became the champ, when they lost, how many fights they've had, what weight category they're in, where do they start, who's their gym, who's their coach. But apart from that, I kind of like will run over that in my head maybe 5 or 10 minutes before the podcast, because you can't mess up on things like that because fight fans are very critical and hard.
That's
he wasn't a
more
welterweight.
statistics.
He's a light heavyweight. It's bad. So, but yeah, I don't prep really either. I think it's just to go organic.
Yeah.
One story I'll tell you, which is kind of, I don't think you ever heard the story from me, but when I first started doing podcasting and I was kind of coming up with the notes, I went to this studio, which was more of a home office studio. And there was nothing wrong with the studio in general. It was just a home office, like in a garage. It was very beautifully done. But I was nervous in general. And then I always felt a little weird in this podcast location, that even though they were great people, that I had to use the bathroom with inside their home. And I felt a little awkward, right? Like I didn't really know them, or the family members were there. I'm using their personal bathroom. Like, it was a little awkward. So in the beginning, I kind of felt a little weird. So it was actually very interesting. In the beginning, I was very nervous. And normally when you're nervous, you have to go to the bathroom. So I felt funny, like every time I'm going there, like I got to use the bathroom. I was very nervous. And I'm not sure if you know, but like canine dogs, like German Shepherds, when they jump out of the car, of a police car, they normally have so much, I don't know about this anxiety, like they're anxious that they automatically will urinate the first thing they do for animals. And I felt the same way. And I always felt weird going inside, like, can I use the bathroom? Can I use the bathroom, So I remember, this is kind of a funny story, that, I actually alleviated myself outside, like by my car, because I felt funny going inside, asking for the bathroom. And it's kind of a funny story that
because they had cameras.
No cameras. I just felt funny, like I'm asking to use the bathroom, and I felt awkward going inside the home.
They didn't just like automatically offer, because I do that. Like when people come over to do the podcast, like I'm like, okay, here's the bathroom if you need to use the bathroom.
But don't you feel it's weird to use someone else's like personal bathroom?
Well, it is if you're using the bathroom at your place. It took me 5 minutes to work out how to flush it. You got one of those freaky, up, dinky, linky, shrinky, super profile toilets, and I'm like, so I took a leak, and then I'm like, and same with when I couldn't wash my hands. I was trying to work out how to use it. He's got one of these toilets where you got to touch it with your foot on the bottom right-hand corner, and it. Bizarre.
You don't put up instructions on how to use your bathroom?
You need them for your bathrooms.
Well, the funny thing about my bathroom is I didn't know the toilet bowl that basically my wife got. And what it is, it has a bidet, right? What do you call it? A bidet?
Yeah.
And the interesting about the bidet situation is I didn't know there was a bidet inside. And one day I pressed the button. Maybe I pressed it 2 times or 3.
And you got that splash of cold water?
No, the water's coming out. I'm like, I thought I broke it. Dude, I was grabbing a towel. I was trying to stop it. I'm like, my wife's going to kill me that I broke the toilet bowl. It's a $1,000 toilet bowl that I just broke. And I don't know how to use the toilet bowl.
Do you continue to use it to this day, though?
You know what? I have not. I actually don't really know how many buttons you got to press to make it happen, but I just know it was. I thought I was really nervous, and it wasn't stopping. I thought I had to call.
Don't press buttons.
I thought I had to call a plumber.
Yeah,
I really thought I had to call a plumber.
So it's cold water.
It's cold. It's supposed to be warm.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I've never used one.
I've never used one either.
Okay.
I don't know. I have a bathroom though that's like not like we have our one in our bedroom, and then there's a bathroom that's kind of in the hallway that like isn't.
I'm a wet wipes then into dry paper kind of guy.
Hey, I have wet wipes in the bathroom sitting there ready to go.
Let me ask you a question.
That needs them.
If someone's basically in your home right now and you were doing a podcast and I have to use the bathroom, and they were in there for 5-10 minutes, and they were basically
if you gotta poo, you gotta poo. It's fine. Just use the air.
But then they start
freshener.
making noises like they're gas, and don't you feel a little comfortable there on your toilet bowl?
I mean, most people are not gonna do that.
Yeah,
I
don't use public restrooms at all for that. If I have to do that, I will never use a public restroom.
It's an emergency. It's an emergency, but I don't think people are purposely going to try to take a poo in your house.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think that's enough. I think that's enough of the bathroom. Yeah. But it was an unusual situation. Like I said, great place, great studio, great family. I just felt awkward, especially I didn't know them, right? Like it's different if I know them now. So with that basically being said, moving on from the bathroom stuff and the podcast, yes, it's great that it's organic. It's great that you guys are here. I think actually we have a great team with Gentille and stuff like that. I love the photos. I love the enhancement that you did for,
I think we're gonna change it up again. Me and Marcus were collaborating. We're gonna change it up.
Maybe we'll just do some other options, and then you can obviously pick which one you think is best. But I think that we could up that. I mean, that's great, and I love it. But I think we could up it. I think we could do better.
What do you think would be better about this? The new
I think that maybe we could make the font a little more standouty, and I think that we could make the cartoons a little bit more realistic.
More realistic, okay.
Yeah, and the quality.
You guys can
play with quality. What do you think,
I'll be
guys?
honest with you. I appreciate your help with basically doing it. So I actually think it's pretty cool for what you came up with. It's kind of American, patriotic. I think that our characters kind of look interesting. I look skinnier than the first version.
I also might add a little tagline of some sort about our ADHD.
Yeah.
So.
That's good.
Yeah.
Where you come for the ADHD.
I guess you could put little nicknames. What do you think about little nicknames for each one of us below? But maybe it's too much.
Yeah, like
mine says the solver there. That's what the ChatGPT what made it.
The solver, the squatter, the infector, and
why is she the
Cambodian?
She's the infector.
No, I'm the infector.
Oh, okay. What is Fee?
Fee's the squatter.
The squatter?
Yeah, as in squats. Not like
that could be taken the wrong
not like she goes
way,
into
bro.
someone's house and doesn't leave.
I thought she was like squatting in the house.
No, or the squat.
Or squatting
There's
outside.
like three terms that you could use for the word squat, right? Squat to use the bathroom, squat in the gym, and then squat in someone's house.
We do need some kind of nicknames on each one, though. I think.
Yeah.
I think that would be good.
Yeah. Okay.
Add a little more character.
Yeah.
I do that. We talked about billboards last time with Gentille, which I was going to work on. But if you have one that we really like at the end, I would put up, we can do a billboard where like it would be like one of the strategies that you do like once a week around town in a big circle of Vegas. So basically
On the electric billboards, you mean?
Yeah, the digital one. So basically it would be like 95 in Jones. Then it would be like the Spaghetti Bowl. Then it would be like 215 in Jones. So I can, and people do see it in a circle because people are going in a circle.
So I think maybe in that case, we need to get a website, theright.com or whatever. Like if that's so that way people can see it and go, what is that, theright.com? That's really easy to remember. They can log onto that, which will take us straight.
Just like a landing page.
Yeah, like a landing page, which will direct people to the YouTube channel, the Spotify channel.
You guys should look at the one I made for my podcast and tell me what you think of that. Because it's pretty simple. It's literally just like a landing page with like a little introduction of who it is and what the podcast is. And then there's a page that I put like a schedule out. Okay. And then I just kind of put like the episodes when they release and all of that stuff.
Look at that. Normally, like I'm sure the right.com is taken, but actually, I'm not sure what I'm big with domain names.
TheRightPodcast.com, would that be taken?
And maybe we gotta double check, but I would actually say the right.vegas is probably available.
Yeah.
Are you against the .vegas?
No, I like the .vegas.
Like I'm the problem solver .vegas.
The right.vegas.
So the right.vegas, it's like kind of quick and easy.
Yeah.
And a different vibe to it.
I just feel like it's weird if you say like the right LV. Like I don't want people to do that. It seems like the domain wasn't available. So like, they got the other one, But I like the problemsolver.com actually is a mortgage agent. So I'm the problemsolver.vegas, which goes to an app.
Nice.
Which makes sense anyways, because you're in Vegas.
Yeah, that's right.
So with that being said, okay, so here's a hot topic today, which we'll jump in. Today is election day in New York City.
Apparently he's in the winning to run. He's in the running to win.
So I'll be honest with all my New Yorkers that are listening to me here. Again, we're live here. We're filming, and then it'll air like in a day. But today's election day in New York City. As a fellow New Yorker, as a fellow retired NYPD officer that walked the streets of Manhattan and Brooklyn and Bronx and Staten Island and everywhere.
I actually didn't know you were from there.
Oh, you know I was from there?
You can't tell from his accent?
I figured East Coast.
My accent's not from South Henderson.
I didn't.
I used to tell people, they say, where are you from? Your accent. I'm like, I'm actually from South Henderson.
Right. Yeah, no,
like,
I can. It's New York.
You just have East Coast vibes.
Coast. You didn't know I was
but
from
like
New York?
I didn't know it was specifically New York.
Yes.
Yeah,
I see the hold there then while this is such a good topic for you.
Yes. But I will share with you. Also, I am Jewish. I am nervous for the city. I am nervous for the Jewish people in New York City. And I will share with you is this, as much as that, we've gotten a little more political in general. I'm all for all religions. I'm all for all people. I grew up in New York City. I always say that in my class, I grew up was very fortunate. I had Black, Japanese, I had Indian, I had Pakistani. Like I really had friends with everybody. I went to Pakistani birthday parties with different food. Like I really am diverse. I had friends that basically, got busted in from different, parts of New York City. And I still have friends to this day from all races and all religions. I will share though, when I was a kid, I guess, I don't know, I never knew what a Muslim extremist was, but I'm definitely concerned. And I do believe that this particular person is basically like a wolf, that he's basically hiding. And he's, if you just look at the past, it's real simple. Like whoever is like against what I'm saying right now, if you look at his statements, his quotes, his rap music, all the things basically shows that this guy is no good. But he looks amazing. Like he speaks really well. He doesn't answer certain questions. He smiles. And we've spoken about this a little bit before. But today is basically, it's like D-Day. And I am definitely very, very concerned. I will share with you, I'm not sure if you know the different people. Cuomo basically is running for, the same position as mayor. He's running independent. Then we have Madami, basically, who's running for Democrat, and then we have Curtis Lewa, which is running Republican. And when I was a cop in New York City, Curtis Lewa has been around. He's a true New Yorker, not even Republican, Democrat. He is like bleeds New York. He's 70 years old. When I was in the newspaper when I was 17, doing a neighborhood watch in New York City, Curtis Lewa was in my actual news article back in the day. He's a great guy, but for some reason, I guess the whole Republican thing and the city is like a Democrat city. It seems like he didn't have a chance, but it'll be very interesting if he wins. And I am more for Curtis Lewa because the guy is a true New Yorker. And again, I'm just concerned. I do believe that this guy is hiding, behind the scenes. And again, he's got so much stuff against the guy, but everyone that's for him, I guess the average age right now in New York is 38. And it is more expensive. Like it definitely is an expensive city to live in. And he's running on that platform. Basically, he's running on free buses,
all the free
child care, which I don't know how you do free child care for.
Rent free.
8 million lives.
Yep.
And then free buses, which technically my aunt still lives in the city. She lives on like 2nd and 42nd Street or something. The buses are free right now because the drivers are afraid. So if you basically just walk up and the bus drivers are not like, wait a second, give me the money. Like they're afraid, so they just let you go on the bus. The buses are free right now. Like, because there's not enough cops in New York City.
That's no different than like, the people getting away with theft. It's the same thing. You just don't want to conflict.
And they want to defund and then he also wants to defund the police at the same time, which I think almost a few thousand officers already left, retirement, and basically probably this guy coming. But one thing that's very interesting, the last part I'll just share, and then you guys could jump in of what your thoughts are, is that, it's different. People can't leave New York City. So if you're trying to tax the rich, it's not like you're in Cuba where they can't leave. Like these people can leave. They can go to Florida. They can go to North Carolina, South Carolina, right? If they don't like what's going on, they'll just sell and pick up or leave or who knows what. They'll just leave their units vacant and they'll move to the Carolinas until they'll wait it out 4 years to see what happens to I think it's the mayor's 4 years. Maybe I'm wrong. 4 years.
Yeah,
I think that's
4
right.
years.
So they'll just probably ride it out and hopefully someone else takes it back, because if you probably start selling now, if you didn't sell already and he makes mayor, it's a problem, So I don't know. Today is kind of a weird day. I'm kind of feeling it. But like I said, also more people were doing this early voting, and they were saying there was 4 times the amount of people that early voting that did for the last mayor. So it's just interesting to see how it plays out. But I'm really nervous.
I heard that the Congress is talking about looking into removing his citizenship because it states, I believe it's in the 14th Amendment, that if anyone has any physical ties to any extreme terroristic organizations, that they can't run for any type of political party in the United States. And he has had ties to one of these Muslim extremist groups, whether it was Al-Qaeda or one of them. I'm not too sure. Don't quote me on that, but I do know that they're looking into it. And the other thing is New York people so ridiculously blind that they're going to vote for someone that wants to give them free shit instead of realizing that this guy is a Muslim who has had ties to terroristic groups that, want to implement Sharia law and want to add more mosques to New York City, and that want to, remove Christianity and the normalcy and the way of life of New Yorkers. I'm just dumbfounded. And it looks like he's going to win. But this is where it starts. They win one state and then they try to expand and, take a, you've heard what these Muslim extremists say. They want to have Islamic law in every house of America, and every child will live under the law of Islam.
Which is not how we were founded as a country, so that's a huge problem.
Yeah, good luck with that. Hence the Second Amendment. Hence why a lot of these other countries that don't have the Second Amendment are a lot more liable to fall into that kind of way of life, because they can't stop it. We over here in America can. We can fight that.
It's interesting because they were saying, the guy was saying to Cuomo that, you've never been to any of the mosques, in general, that you can't even name a mosque. And I thought it was kind of interesting because maybe they can name a temple or a church that they went to in New York City, but it was the first time that I think ever that it's been used like against another person, that they have not gone to a mosque. And I find it interesting because if you're Muslim and you're not a Muslim extremist, you're not against basically taking over, the West, right? Then, okay, cool. Just don't try to take over. Like if we said right now, Christians want to take over the United States of America, or the Jews were trying to take over, and they're very clear about it. Like I would have a problem. It doesn't matter what race and religion. If everybody was Chinese and like the Chinese want to take over all of the West, that's a problem, right? Like, you want to basically to be diverse no matter what, as truly America should be. It shouldn't be like just Muslim extremists that are basically trying to take over and make everyone the Muslim religion, which they clearly state that the Muslim extremists.
Like they are in Sudan at the moment. Have you seen what's happening over there?
Where the Christians are being killed.
Slaughtered by the thousands. So now Donald Trump and his cabinet has come in and said that, if the government doesn't do something about these Muslims killing these Christians, then we're going to come into your country, we're going to stop aid, and then we're going to come and we're going to wipe all these terrorists out because they're just slaughtering Christians on the daily, and they do it with machetes, and they do it in a horrible way. And there's lots of families that, live under the Christianity religion that are being slaughtered daily. It's just unbelievable.
So what are your thoughts, like, with they're saying, like, Trump wants to basically give an ultimatum that they don't clean things up real quick, that, like, we're going to probably just use drones and blow shit up.
Absolutely.
I'm for that, for the fact that it's the same thing when, like, I had family that was in, when the Nazis were basically in Europe. I mean, we didn't do anything in America for too long. Like, I think it's probably been too long right now what's going on. Like, I think that something should take place. Yeah. Some people believe that, like, it's another country, we should stay out of their business. But, I mean, the whole purpose of America is, right, to protect freedom and to help other people. So it's different if it was like, I don't know, if it's a civil war, but this is like a religious war. Like, basically these Muslim extremists it's Nigeria, right?
Yeah.
It's Nigeria are killing Christians.
Which is Sudan and Nigeria, yeah.
But why? How come people aren't on the streets protesting that? Like, why is when it's Jewish or Israel, it's one thing. But, like, why is no one in the streets protesting Christians being killed in Nigeria? Like, no, you don't see anyone. They're like, free Palestine, right? No, you see any protesting of what's going on in Nigeria? Or Christians, anyone speaking up for the Christians?
I think it's one of the most targeted religions in the world right now. To be a Christian is very difficult, yeah.
Well, that's the way to take down our country, is to get rid of it.
But technically, the United States, our nation really is. I always feel this online that it's, what do you call that? We're saying, right, Christian Judean values that basically are in the West, right?
That's what founded this entire country. This is what founded freedom as a country. And if we lose that, we lose everything.
So, question comes down to is, are you okay with basically with Trump, going into Nigeria and stuff?
I think he should go in there and just absolutely wipe them all out. And I think he should give a day and a deadline. If you guys haven't sorted this out by Wednesday, then we're going to come in and sort it out for you. Because I saw a video this morning of a Nigerian mother with her 3 kids, and the video title was, "This is a mother and her children that would not deny their Christian faith." This was moments before they were eliminated by these Muslim extremists that are just killing everybody. It's definitely I don't see it as a peaceful religion.
So, long story short, you feel okay with Trump?
Yes.
Or any president.
Yes.
It doesn't matter if it's Trump or whoever president was Obama, right? Like, going in, and because of the religion, they're killing people that we need to basically save them as Americans.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Just fighting for the good.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
But if it was like, I guess, what other war would it be? If it was about land, then, like, it's different, right? Like, I guess, like, Russia and Ukraine, right? It's more about, like, land and real estate and the taking over. It's like, when do you get involved in that? I mean, that's the whole, I guess.
How much do we even really know what that's about?
Well, it's not about the religion. It's not like the Russian people are trying to convert them to Russian. I think it's more about the land, the real estate, like taking things back that they may have lost in the past. Not that I'm like, a perfect person to be talking about the geographic area there in the past. But that's what it's, at least it's not religion based. It's not like we're killing them because they're Muslim or they're Christians,
If you're seeing this Muslim extremist conflict in all these other countries, why the hell is New York City gonna vote in for a Muslim mayor?
Because free things get votes, apparently.
Yeah, we just say shit's free.
So is it the same as a presidential?
They don't realize that nothing is actually free. It all comes from somewhere.
Yeah.
But
Is it like the same as a presidential election? Is it like they go in and they vote and they find out that day or in the next couple of days? Like, I'm not even sure how votes
liberal
went.
states always take longer.
They do, right?
Because they're manufacturing votes.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
It's funny because when we say that, like, someone like people that are liberal, like, oh, there you go, yeah, like, we're just making shit up,
Well,
it's not like I know anybody that's really making this shit,
Well, Vegas went red, and we still took forever to count votes.
Yeah, and it's also coming out now that there was definite election fraud for the 2020 election, right? So this is coming out now. They're finding out all this new information at how the election was stolen from Trump in 2020, which means that if that is the case, that he can go for another term in 2028. You realize that, right?
Oh, shit, that's what it is.
Honestly, though, I think we need a refresh, right? I think we need
J.D.
Trump out.
Vance or Mark Rubio.
He's too polar, right? Like he causes too much like gravitation towards like negative things
Him?
with Trump.
Trump?
Yeah, I think we need a fresh face.
But you know what I like about it is that he's kind
He's
of
doing shit.
He's a fuck around and find out. Like I'm
No,
not
I
worried
love what
at all
he's
under his
doing.
presidency. Like I know that if someone said that they were going to attack the US or something was happening, that it would be instantly defended straight away. Like I don't have any worries when it comes to that. Whereas with the last administration, you know what I mean, she couldn't even get out a 2 sentences in a row without going into some bizarre word salad. With him, there's the feeling of safety. You don't feel safer with Trump?
He's
So
gonna
no.
protect you.
I'm not worried about the country under Trump's administration. I'm worried about the people of the United States separating more based on it.
Yeah.
Because we have to come together as a country. I know not all of us agree, but unless everyone comes together, we're dividing the country, which weakens us as a country, which makes it easier to be taken over. So that's the problem. And if he's causing more of a divide, that's a problem.
I think he's just weeding out the delusional crazies of America because you
But
can't.
unfortunately, we're stuck with them. So we have to figure out a way to find some common ground instead of getting everyone so divided. We shouldn't have so many people on one side or the other. We should all be in the middle somewhere with different beliefs and coming together for the better.
3i Atlas just needs to get here ASAP and just sort us all out.
Personally, I don't think that that's really going to happen. Like, I don't think anything, like there's always going to be some type of disagreement.
No, but you're always going to have difference of opinions. The problem is that we can't have disagreements. Like you can't have a conversation with somebody and not that's MAGA, for example. Not even like, let's not even talk liberal because we always go the liberal route. MAGA, you have somebody who considers themselves MAGA. They're so far right that anything liberal is horrible. It's bad. You know, you colored your hair, so automatically like you are a horrible person. All of that stuff, right? Is just a bigger divide. Whereas like I could be conservative and not hate everyone that's liberal.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I like good coffee. I don't know about you, but I like good coffee. And I can tell you right now, the liberals make the best coffee.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like we have to, everybody has a place. Everybody has somewhere they belong. I don't know what's going on. And so like we have to come together. And if we don't come together and we stay divided, now we have half a country to fight for the country. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
As like, these are our people, whether we like them or not.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I don't think, everyone's going to be like 50-50, like to go into like Nigeria, or to immigration. Like it's always going to be 50-50 in general. But the truth is the majority basically picked Trump in general. I mean, there's a lot going on in general. I will say that the only thing I will share, I do feel the economy because of the interest rates and stuff like that is affecting things. But the truth of the matter is that over the years, I mean, it was a weird time with COVID. More money was given out, and that we're feeling the effects of all that money that was given out. Now, there's an after effect because all that money that went out was paying, people's mortgages and payments, and there was a lot of money that was out there. People were buying, and they were shopping, and they had money. So right now, there is no money. There's no more free money. So now it's affecting us. Plus, the interest rates are higher. The rates were lower. People kind of hunkered down in their homes. They're not really moving. Like, why would you want to go buy another home right now if interest rates are going to be like 6.5%?
Is that what they are right now?
I mean, it goes back up 6.5%, 7%. But if you're at like 2.25%, or 3 or 3.5 or 4, like, why are you going to move?
Yeah.
Your payment could be almost double for a smaller home.
Yep.
So it's really, it is definitely a mess of a time. But the thing with it is that the interest rates went so low that it's never been this low ever. It was never that low ever before. So everyone's like locked in, and now the newer generation in general wants to be more mobile, but they don't even want to buy a home.
Yeah.
Or some people would say that if they inherited a home, they would just say, "Cash me out. Where's my money?"
Yeah,
Like,
right.
They don't even care about the house anymore.
So
Back in
I
the day-
suppose, is it better to rent these days than to own?
Well, here's the story. That's an interesting perspective because some people would say it's cheaper to rent the same home than own it. Like, the rent may be, let's say, $2,000, where if you bought the home, could be $4,000 for the same home. So it just depends upon the future. I mean, we have to ride it out. I mean, the question is, is there equity building up, appreciation building up in the home where that you wait it out and then all of a sudden, right, like, you're worth a lot more money, in general, but with real estate. So it's just a weird time. And I think in May of 2026, there'll be a new person that will take over, maybe to help interest rates. But again, it may affect things as well.
Yeah. What does that mean? Because we're talking politics?
I guess, yeah. TikTok kicked me off and blocked me from lives.
Oh, yeah, what did it say?
So I just joined.
So if
It
anyone's
suspended
listening,
me. I can't do it live
Oh,
on
really?
TikTok. Yeah, I have no idea why. So
yeah,
I just
I got a
switched it.
restriction now too.
I just switched it to Did yours
It's
block
funny on
you?
the
You're
face-
still on it though.
On Facebook, having a problem. So anyone that's basically listening, we are
Weird.
we always go live on our own personal phones. So,
So I
I'm
just
on
went
Facebook.
on Instagram.
You were on TikTok. You both on TikTok before?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and TikTok kicked us both off for what we were talking about, I guess.
The question is that AI, would you say, that's listening to
Yes, 100%. There's not a single person
listening?
listening to all of
So
us.
both of you got shut down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we just got shut down for no reason.
I mean, I guess that's,
we didn't even talk about anything bad.
I mean, wasn't it, we didn't talk about like
Everything was very
we
general
weren't
and it
talking
was
about
very
blowing
nice.
things up and stuff, right?
I was trying to
I
figure
guess that's
out
the
why,
problem with
but
TikTok. It just seems like it's more like you can't
It's
say
owned
certain
by
words.
China. I mean, you know,
Wow.
not a surprise. I don't care. I don't really like going live anyways.
Oh, well, TikTok.
I just switched to Instagram.
All right, so moving on. The bottom line is we'll
You're
see
on
what happens.
Facebook, right?
I'm on Facebook Live still. All right. So with that being said, there's always going to be people that are for whoever the president is, right? Actually, it's interesting the other day just to share with you Obama when he had an old video. It says about shutting down the government that like it's not right what the Republicans were doing in the past, and they should come together and blah blah blah, which is the same message that Trump would say, as well. But since Trump is saying it, he gets the heat, and Obama, was like okay with saying it.
Have you seen some of the things that they're trying to get passed for funding? Some of it is just beyond ridiculousness. It's not just healthcare for migrants. It's a bunch of other things. $3 million in Sudan for a circumcision.
I don't even get
all
that.
this kind of weird stuff.
Who even brings that up? Like who even like tries to get that like on the ballot? Like I want to do that. It almost seems fake. I mean, not that I've looked into this stuff or like researched it. It's like craziness. Like who's coming up with this
Like,
stuff?
how did it even get far enough to be printed?
Like who's the guy that says I want to give circumcisions to these people? in this
Yeah, that's a
country,
lot
we
of
should-"
dicks for $3 million, right?
Right.
I don't understand like what is going on. Like who the hell would bring that up? And why is
And
it
it's
even-
not just
Why,
that,
why are people accepting it? I mean, we have problems in our own country.
It's like gender affirming care in this country and another country, Colombia, that
Why are we supporting
rights
these
on
other
trans
countries?
people and how to, another one's like a parade for blah blah blah. It's just absolute ridiculousness. Which I don't think that the American taxpayers should have to pay out of their weekly pay packet for that. It's
Meanwhile,
not
the
fair.
mayor in New York City, if he gets elected, he's saying that he wants to increase the taxes by 2% to pay for things. So again, that's why people would wind up leaving.
Do you think a lot of people are going to leave New York City if he gets in?
I think a lot of people will leave to Florida and Carolinas. I really do. But some
When
people say if you're a
he's-
true New York, you're going to stick it out, you're going to fight, But like most people, I mean, especially with the Jewish people, I think they'd be more scared that this guy's taking over. And like I said, I'm going to Michigan. And by the way, you heard about the Michigan. There was a plot through ISIS.
I did actually hear
extremists.
something of that.
And
Yep.
they did blow up the home, and basically they got these two guys. They were supposed to do like a Halloween massacre, and it was called something like the Pumpkin, like they called
Yeah.
it something Pumpkin.
Yeah, I remember reading something
But
briefly
they
of that
just-
the other
but
day.
They arrested the people, and they basically like foiled the plot.
But how are they going to do it?
There was somehow the last few months, it seems like they've been watching them. It sounds like there was some chatter that basically maybe the NSA was listening to, and they talked about they went to a local firearms store. They were practicing shooting. They were saying it's not as easy to shoot. Like you need to learn how to shoot. They had rifles, they had magazines, and they were ready to go out for Halloween. And they basically stopped them right before Halloween to go out. I think they wanted to actually go to like an LGBT place, which is very interesting as well, since LGBT is out there, protesting, or trying to protect Palestine and Muslim extremists and stuff like that. And they were going to go out and basically kill LGBT, patrons somewhere. I didn't remember the
Wow.
whole story.
Horrible.
But they did catch the guys, and I've been trying to update myself with that information. I mean,
Were they American guys or?
No, they're all. I don't know where they're from, but they were ISIS backed or related.
Okay.
I mean, they look like, not to be discriminatory, they look like Muslim extremists. I mean, they are part of ISIS. I mean, I'm assuming
Well,
ISIS
that's
is
what
Muslim
Muslims are, yeah.
extremists, right? But they're part
Not,
of the gang.
not all Muslims. Look, don't get me wrong. We're not categorizing. When we have these conversations, we're literally talking about the terrorist extremists and the bad guys. We're not talking about, I have a lot of Muslim friends. So we're not generalizing here. We're just categorizing it to the extremists, which are full on where they, now they've said there's, I think, over 1,600 Al-Qaeda members in the United States now, which crossed over illegally through the border over the last 4 years. So, and a lot of terror cells, which are those kind of like handheld, for lack of a better word, nuclear that they've smuggled in, and when they're going to set them up around different parts of the United States and do worse than 9/11. So it's
I will share with you. I think that if you have a firearm, you should start carrying it more in your car. Like even like myself, I want to carry a. Even though let's say I have a firearm, I want to put my rifle, in the trunk and to be prepared. You're from Iowa. Doesn't everyone have a gun?
Yeah, of course.
Do you carry a gun now?
Yes.
You have it in the car or on you right now?
It's in my bag.
She's ready. She's ready.
Mine's about this big, so I don't know if I can carry it in the car.
So I think that we should be more prepared. I actually wanted to bring a vest in the car, but you got to be careful these days because there's always multiple people, so you wind up getting shot. You're better off being a good witness unless you were able to take a tactical shot, of something going on. But I'm more concerned. Actually, it's crazy. Actually, just to share real quick, I went to Dunkin' Donuts today because there's a healthy diet program that's at Dunkin' Donuts for fee that doesn't fee by fit. Fit by fee.
That sounds kind of doesn't that sound an oxymoron? A health diet at Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, they say it's healthy. I pulled up to the drive-thru and I wasn't watching, and some guy literally popped up in my window at the drive-thru, and he's like, "Hey, do you have Crystal?" He's like, "Do you have Crystal?" And I was at the drive-thru, about to pay, and this guy comes from back. I didn't watch for a second. I mean, who's thinking that you're gonna get?
So imagine if he was like that.
No, I agree. I agree with you.
Have you guys seen? Sorry, this is just gonna be a little squirrel here, but have you seen the video of she's like a broadcaster of some sort? I don't know what she was on, but they were recording some kind of news thing, right? And this crackhead runs up and goes, "Do you got $1? Do you got $1? Do you got $1?" She screams all the time. It's so funny. I watched it 30 times.
No, I'm going to look it up.
I'll find it.
Yeah,
and
send it to me.
But anyway, you got to be careful these days in general. Whether extremists or a guy looking for crystal or a guy looking for $1, you got to be
horrible
really,
drug.
He was
I mean,
harmless.
I swear, all these days you got pivot.
Horrible drug. Yeah.
I mean, constantly got to pivot your head.
Yeah.
And also, we mentioned before, right?
And don't go to Dunkin' Donuts.
And don't go to Walmart at the moment right now either.
Maybe that's
the
where you
food
get
stamps have
that's
been
where you get
cancelled.
crystal these days.
Why did you go to the drive-thru?
You get coffee.
I was dropping the kids off, and I wanted to get a drink.
Yeah, but don't go to the drive-thru. In a drive-thru, you're stuck. If there's
That's
a car
true.
behind you and there's a car in front of you, how do you escape if there's something?
That's what
That's
you always
true.
should leave room. I do agree with you. There was no one actually in front of me, but I leave a good amount of room if I have to basically jump
And
over a curb or
just
something.
order on your phone and pick up inside. Then you don't have to wait in the drive-thru anyways. It's way faster, and
Most people that go to
not
Dunkin' Donuts
as
are a little
lazy.
lazier.
You know what? I'm a little paranoid all the time anyway, so my neck is constantly on the swivel, especially when I'm with Jenny because she's getting ogled at everywhere we go. I'm sure that happens to you when you go to the supermarket as well. So your husband's neck is probably on a swivel as well. But I am always aware of my surroundings. I never like to have my back against the window or against the door. I like to be facing forward.
When you're in a restaurant, you sit where you can see the door.
Yes.
Justin does the same thing.
I have to because I get that uncomfortable, it's weird. I don't know what it is, but I just don't feel like I like having people behind me. I always like to see what's going directly on in front of me. So even
Everyone
little things
should be like that.
absolutely, little tiny things like that, just be aware of your surroundings. Look for your exits and entry areas. Always kind of work out in the scenario. Okay, imagine if someone did come around there with a firearm and just started shoot. Where am I going to duck under here? Am I going to run out the back? You have to, even though people say you're being overcautious or over paranoid, but you actually have to, because if that situation ever comes to play, then you have to be prepared. And I suppose no one ever is when something like that happens. A lot of people freeze, a lot of people run, a lot of people, but you just got to be, aware of your surroundings at all times, especially now.
A lot of people freak out because they're not aware of their surroundings. So when something happens, they're not even halfway ready for whatever is going on in front of them.
All right, so jumping questions regards having your head on your shoulders. There's a lot of car accidents in Vegas.
Yeah.
right?
So random.
And cameras.
Yeah.
And cameras watching things, right? But most people don't know the cameras here, are not recording. And right now, the sheriff in town wants to basically lobby a special session to get the cameras up and running. There are speed cameras and red light cameras.
They're gonna actually get them to the point where you're getting ticketed.
Everyone's fighting that. The lobbyists are fighting, and they're also saying that it's like Big Brother watching. What's your take with speed cameras, red light cameras? Because there are a lot of deaths, a lot of people. It's very interesting. I just thought about all the casinos that give all this alcohol out for free. Is anyone checking when they get into a car at the casino? Are they really checking to see if the person is not intoxicated? You would think they would be mandate more things at the casinos, but
is it really their job to babysit a grown adult who decides to go have those beverages?
But this is the only place in America that you're getting free alcohol. Well, I guess it's different.
Reno as well. Reno.
Any place with casinos, it should be more mandatory. It's almost like you have to before you get your car a valet or a car from a casino, you almost got to blow into a Intoxilize or 5,000, like just to get into the car.
But how do you stop them when you park yourself? You know
I guess
what
the
I mean?
only way of really figuring it out is that the 130 people that got killed last year in Clark County, those people that got into was the driver. The question is, where did they come from right before? If you knew that information, like did any of them come from casinos? Were any of them drinking from a local casino where they got it for free?
But
It'll be interesting to see.
I think substance abuse is just a problem here in general. I mean, 99% of our accidents are either, they're either intoxicated or they're on their phone. I mean, those are it. And the more extreme ones are definitely intoxicated. Nobody's going 110 in a Nissan Altima down the road that's completely coherent. Like, that just doesn't make sense.
Going back to your question about the cameras. So this is something that is quite common and has been common in Australia for as long as I can remember. There is red light cameras and speed light cameras everywhere. And how they do it in Australia is if you get caught speeding, maybe 2 weeks down the line, you'll get a letter in the mail and it will be a photograph of you driving and it will show your speed and you have to pay this fine by this stage, otherwise you lose your license. They also have old beaten up cars on the side of the road where they have cameras on the inside that catch people for speeding. They also have something called an RBT, which is a random breath test. Unlike America, you don't have to supply any kind of information or breath test because of the First Amendment. You have to have probable cause to get someone's ID and test them for alcohol or whatever. In Australia, it's called a random breath test. So they have them set up everywhere where you have to pull up, you have to do a breath test, you have to show your ID. And these cameras and red light cameras have been for ages. So do I agree with it? I mean, you can't even be on your phone in Australia in the car. It's huge fine.
It's exactly the same in like the Midwest. Anywhere that's not like overly populated in the United States, I feel like there's a lot more cops that sit. They have less to do, especially conservative states. They don't have as much crime, so the cops can actually do their job and monitor those little things. So they'll be sitting on the side of the road. They'll have the cameras that'll get you. They'll get you for being on your phone. Whereas here, I see people on their phone all the time. Nobody's getting pulled over for that. Or riding in the left lane, holding up the left lane. That you would get pulled over for that in Iowa. Like they're getting you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the same as Australia. Big time. They're very strict on speeding, driving. There's red light cameras, there's speed cameras everywhere, and they just snap a photo of you and send it to you in the mail, and you got to pay it. And
I honestly don't think it's going to change anything here. I think if you're under the influence and you're speeding and you're acting crazy anyways, you're not paying attention. You don't care if you get a ticket in the mail.
So how do we stop? How do we stop car accidents in here in Las Vegas? I think the city's a little bit different.
Handle the drug problem, the substance abuse.
I guess the thing was that you really need a study of the 130 people that were drivers involved in the deaths of these people and pedestrians and cars.
If they didn't die themselves.
What was it? Was it drugs? Was it alcohol?
You know what would be a great thing? I mean, it might seem a little intrusive that if you park your car in valet and then go into the casino, before you get your keys back, if you seem intoxicated, you have to blow into one of those mini...
then you'll just self-park. Why would you valet then? If you know you're going in, you're drinking, you're going to drive home, why would you valet if you have to do that?
I mean, maybe speed cameras and that will lower it, but I don't think it's going to stop it.
I don't think it's going to stop it. I don't think it's going to make any difference. It's just a revenue stream.
That's the interesting thing, the whether or not it's prevention. I will share with you, I used to always say when I used to do neighborhood watch programs and something, I would say, why do you think that officers are in uniform in a marked patrol car? And the answer is for prevention, to prevent crime from taking place. So if I'm about to go rob, a bank and I see a patrol car, I'm gonna you know what? I shouldn't go rob that bank right now because there's a cop over here. If every cop was undercover, then you psychologically you think that you're gonna get away with something. So the goal is to have a uniform officer in a patrol car to prevent crime from taking place. Question is, if there's less police officers on the street, right? You think you can get away with crime. Same thing, I think, in a casino, if you're drinking alcohol and stuff like that, you think you can get away with it. So if you have the lights, if you know there's cameras, if you know there's speed cameras, or you know there's officers out there, you're more likely not to get in a car. Just like when they do these speed traps, on the most part for holidays, they let the public know what day, what time, what intersection, and they'll let the local news know. The question is, are you watching the local news? But you could find that like on Halloween or Christmas, they do checkpoints, right? To see if you're on alcohol. I've done checkpoints actually when I was in New York City. I think I did a little bit here in
what? So you pull over and you have to
pull over like every fifth car. You know, like you have to be like every fifth car you check.
But isn't that only in one area? Can't you just drive around it?
Well, they try to set up checkpoints where you basically just can't drive around that area.
Like you could just avoid that area. And
the one story I heard back
else.
in the 15 on the highway going to California, like they would do a checkpoint, but there was like no way of getting off the exit.
And what do they check for?
Well, they're checking to see if you're basically drinking. They'll say, "Hey, you've been drinking tonight." License, registration, insurance.
I don't answer questions.
Well, that's kind of a new thing. This don't answer question situation. But if they think that you are intoxicated, that your eyes are red, and you slurred speech, right? If you're speaking, they can take you out of the car and remove you. There's probable cause to believe that you committed a crime. By the way your eyes are, if you're slurring, but if you say nothing and your eyes look fine, and you just I don't speak to the police. I mean, technically, they probably let you go. They would let you go by.
But you only have to give your license if you're being arrested, right?
You have to identify yourself on the checkpoints in general. Like if it's every fifth car, they're checking license, registration, insurance. They can't check every single car. It has to be like a.
Is that legal though?
Yeah, you can't check every car, but you could check like every.
But isn't that violating your Fourth Amendment?
It's more random.
Isn't that in violating your Fourth Amendment?
No, I don't know if in different states, but here in New York, like I said, it has to be more random. Like every third car. You know, it's not like every car.
Just comply. If you're not doing anything wrong, just show your license and get out of there.
So I don't know if there's any way of basically solving the accident situation, but we should come up with some. We should come up with a game plan. I know you guys are going to work tirelessly.
That's gonna take you out of business.
He's got a lot of time.
It's gonna take you out of business.
Yeah, so much time.
Yeah,
he's got a lot of time with all her videos. I want you to think about what we got to
He's
do.
only posting 40 videos a day.
Just add one more about you.
Just one more.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when Dave texted, "Hey, can you make me one too?"
Yeah.
What was the video you made? I liked it. Oh, when he's drinking.
The old school
with
one.
his drink. I figured that's what
I was impressed. I'm like,
I like that. Yeah.
Well, like I said,
gym. Why not?
You guys do a good job. So, long story short, it's 1:28. We got a hard out at 1:30 today. We went live. You guys got blocked, which is interesting to learn about that because we didn't talk about anything bad. You're on what, Facebook or Instagram?
I'm on Instagram now.
Okay. So this is
I just went, what the hell?
Experience.
I'm done.
So
like,
normally within 24 hours, it seems like we're going to get the podcast up and running. I know that Fee, when she has time, we're going to set up a. Did you set up anything?
No, I didn't, because we were gonna try to work on this. So I kind of want to get that dialed in.
That's fine.
So then I have more of like where I'm going with like the look.
You do what you got to do.
And then last week threw me into a bit of a loop. So.
Oh yeah, real quick before we leave, do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, got diagnosed with prostate cancer last week. Got to go in for a biopsy on the 10th to see what stage I'm at and how aggressive it is. If you're a male over 50, go and get your PSI levels checked because early detection can save your life.
Yeah, I had some people.
I just know you wanted to bring it up.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, I'm not. Yeah. I can't. I'm kind of. My emotions are kind of blah right now with it.
For good reason.
Whether it's I've just blocked it out or whatever. I don't understand what it is, but I feel maybe zen even really from it. Your brain tends to protect you from trauma and shock and things like that. I have my moments. I'm not really scared or worried or anything like that. I'm worried more about my girl than anything because she's the one that's kind of taking it a bit harder than me. But the urologist said this is what we're dealing with. So I'll go get once the biopsy, we'll find out what stage cancer it is, and from there on we'll work on treatment. But that's the deal. That's what it is. So if you're 50 and older and you haven't had a prostate check or you haven't had a blood test, seriously go and get it, because if they catch it early, it's survivable and treatable. And if you don't, then you're fucked. But do it.
I do believe, I don't know why, but God gives us all these different problems once in a blue moon for a certain reason. I don't know if you appreciate life, like that I'm sure you're going to get through it and so on, and then you appreciate life more, which not that you didn't appreciate before life, but maybe it's a new way of looking at it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like a reset.
But even like myself, like I got reading glasses. Like to me, it's the most horrible thing in general. Like I'm wearing reading glasses now. So I'm like, this is horrible. Like I'm looking through like a window all the time, which you wear glasses, right?
Yeah.
I got LASIK. I was blind as
blind as a bat.
Yeah, it was bad.
But you can't get any LASIK for reading.
No, but that's not that bad. You can get around. I would run into the walls at night if I got up and pee. You know what I mean?
That sounds sexy. I have some girl running into the walls at nighttime. Where are you? I'm like, I can't see. I'm running into the wall.
Well, Jenny's the same. She's really blind.
Yeah.
Really blind. Yeah.
If you could
Blind
get
as a bat.
LASIK, I highly recommend it. It's just life changing.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I'm sure you're going to get through it. Prayers with you. We're here for you, the whole team.
Appreciate that.
Anything we can do to basically help you, and I'm sure our supporters that watch you and know you, of course, will support everything that you do. Just got to be very positive and mental.
Yeah.
So a lot of times I think it's the mental health game
Yeah.
Basically just being positive in general. So with that basically being said, we will see each other next week, Tuesdays, 12:30 that we go live. Podcast after a little bit of editing will be Wednesdays is what the game plan is every single day. And we'll set up I'll set it up to the domain, like the right.vegas or something, and then we'll let people know. And then the last few episodes we'll post up and then we'll continue forward. With that being said, thank you so much, Marcus.
You're welcome.
And Fee, thank you so much. Fee from all the way from Iowa. She's visiting us today again.
Stop. No. I came from Denver.
Denver?
Before that
But
was
you were
Iowa.
born in Iowa.
No, I was born in Texas.
Oh, Texas. Oh, she's a Texas girl. I didn't really.
I was born in one of the biggest shitholes on earth in a place called Coventry, which is next to Birmingham in England. It's like a factory, grey, dirty, boring little town. My parents were like, we're getting you out of here and we're going to Australia. So we jumped on a boat and 7 weeks later we were there when I was 4. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're not even like, you weren't even born in Australia.
No.
So like,
No.
oh, okay.
There you go.
Interesting.
Right?
Very interesting.
So we will
I gotta
see
look that up.
next Tuesday, 12:30. Have a great day. I was going to say problem solver out, but the right is out today. We'll see you next week. Take care.
ADHD. Dave had to bring us back.
Over and out.